Hey there everybody, Benny Career from Operation Rainfall, and it's been quite a while since we've done one of these unboxing videos, hasn't it? Well, the reason being is because of the fact that I can't quite find a good setup for this. This room is only so big, and while I've tried to make it as nice as possible, it's still not the prettiest thing to look at. But hopefully, yeah, like I said, this is about probably the best I can do for the moment. The other reason, though, is this camera is not the absolute best one for doing an unboxing, mainly because it's stuck at 30 frames per second. I've looked into it, and there's just nothing I can do about it. Except gotta get a new camera, and that's not exactly high on the priority list when there's other stuff I do. So, but I wanted to go ahead and do a couple of them, mainly because it is the holiday season, and I've got a couple of things lying around I did want to go ahead and do some recording for. So we're going to actually start, though, with something that is a little bit festive because it is the holidays. I have here a box which arrived from Idea Factory International. Some of their holiday stuff I bought. So I've opened the box just to get the box open, so no one has to watch me fiddle around with a knife. But let's take a look and see what's inside here. So packing, always packing, so very good. Oh, thing at the top is basically just a little thank you card. It's thanks for the support, thanks for all the support this year from the IFI store, and yeah, I like supporting you guys, so thank you for saying thank you. It's actually a really nice card. I like if he got it dressed up like that. When are we gonna get a figurine of Iffy? Come on, guys. Alright, I'm gonna put that to the side over there for the time being, and then let's see here. Bunch of packing, and it's a fairly big box for 2 items. Technically 3, but we'll get to that. First, though, is the mug. So, this, I actually have another mug I can show you. This is actually a really nice mug. Wow. I don't have my coffee cup here, do I? No, I don't. I'm a big coffee drinker, mainly because I work graveyard shifts in my regular job. I wouldn't take this to work, but I still probably use it around the house. But so Neptune on the front, and then actually in her paladin form from Cyber Dimension, and then Happy Iffy Days 2017 on the back. Coloring's actually quite nice. I do like, it's kind of a lilac-ish color. I'm not sure how it would be. It feels thick enough that it feels like it actually would. Not like, because it's a lot of cheap coffee cups. You actually just feel the heat right through this thing, and it can possibly burn you. I've got a cheap bowl I picked up actually for soup, and that was a mistake. The first time I put ramen in there, put my hands to the side, I was like, "Ow, this really hurts." Why? Turns out it was really crappily made bowl. This, from the material, feels actually pretty decent, so I don't think this is cheaply made. For comparison, because I didn't mention I have something I can show you. This is, give me 1 second. It's a great video, I know. Probably just cut direct into this. This is actually the another cup. The reason you didn't see this on the online shop is this was for their press event last year. It was a little goodie they handed out. And comparing the two, you can hear this one is thicker. So this is more of a commemorative mug. Not to say it's probably not, I'm not going to say it's a bad mug. I mean, it's still, like I say, it still probably would work, but material seems a little bit thinner in this one as opposed to, that feels a little bit thicker. Yes, I am actually comparing the thickness of the mugs, but actually this is a pretty high quality product. Kudos to the Iffy online store for that one. I might have to pick up a second one so I actually can use one to try to drink some coffee here and there. Alright, back into the box. So this one is a little bit, comes with a little bit of a disclaimer. So, as has happened before, occasionally there are snafus that happen with the production process. So I got an email from IFI. I will pull it up. Give me 1 second. Okay. I got an email from Iffy on December 8th about this. So it's like, it was about the particular what's in this. It said, thank you for purchasing Iffy's Holiday Ornament 2017 from the Iffy's online store, because there was a holiday ornament from last year, if I remember correctly. IFI's online store, we strive to maintain a high standard for all products we offer to our fans. However, we regret to inform you that the print quality of our holiday ornament is not up to our standards. We understand that you want to celebrate the holidays with these ornaments, but unfortunately we're able to reprint and ship replacements in time for the holiday season. As a small token compensation, we've added a 3x5 by 3x5 sticker of Paladin Nep to your package. Again, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. We work and ship your order out on December 8th, but there are any delays or problems that may arise, we will contact you as soon as possible, and then it gives contact information. Thank you for your time and understanding. We hope you enjoy your holidays. Now, stuff like this has happened before with the IFI store, and I feel bad for them, mainly because of the fact that some of the stuff I'm pretty sure is outside of their control. There was a mishap with an art book before. There was the mishap with the Cyber Dimension OST discs, which they were able to fortunately catch those in time to replace those. And apparently this. I don't know what's the deal with this one, but this is the sticker in question. I'll go over my thoughts about kind of the replacement stuff in a minute, but let's take a look at this thing first, shall we? Okay. Yeah, it's a light-up glass ornament just like last year. I'll take it out of the box in a second. That just says Happy IFI Days 2017 as well. And that's a print of Neptune. I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's see. Okay, being very careful with this because I don't want to have to order another one. I think I see it. Okay. So that's the back of the ball, and that's the front. Sorry, I'm kind of staring at it trying to see. It's a little hard to see, but it seems like the print is, well, the print of the back seems a little more solid, I think. The one on the front seems a little, it's almost a little true translucent. Maybe a little, something like that. Let's see here. Please pull battery tab. Instructions on bottom of package. Okay, dokie. So there's the battery tab. I need to figure this out. Give me a minute. Alright, so it looks like this pops out, and there is indeed a battery tab. Oh, it's a little LED. Okay, so replacing the battery in this thing's really easy. Okay, I'm going to put you right on top of the... wow, that press cup actually makes a really good holiday holder. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Wow, that thing is really stuck in there. Like, there's only like a couple of inches of clearance. You might need some tweezers for this. I've got a pair over there. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Alright, here we go. Okay. That thing was really stuck in there. Alright, let's take a look now and see if, well, I probably should test it first. Oh, wow. It changes color. Neat. Okay. So... basically, it pops in. There's a little, if you look there, there's a little notch. You just basically line up the notches, turn it, and that's how it hangs. So, make sure you turn this thing correctly so it holds in there right. Let's take a look. Okay, so the ball itself does light up. This is really hard to see. I'm going to turn out the lights in my room in just a second. I do want to take a look at it in the light just to see if there's any major issues. Not unless they didn't want to put a snowflake in front of Nep, but that'd be about it. No, it looks pretty good. Okay, let me turn out the lights. Give me a quick second. Okay, I apologize. I don't have a dark room, so there is still going to be ambient light in here. But you should be able to get a good idea how that works. Oh, I should probably turn off the monitor. Give me a second. As you can see, I don't see an issue with it. Maybe I was one of the fortunate ones. I don't know. Like I said, the only thing I can think of is possibly the Nep. that's about it. Alright, let me turn this back on here. Okay. So, this is basically both. This is the one right here from 2016. This is the 2017 one. As you can probably see there. This one's a little more frosted here. I think that might also just be my fingerprints, possibly. Maybe not. The reason I'm holding it like this is this one I cannot get. I was never able to get the top back on correctly. It's a little tight, so I don't want to hold it by the string in case it falls. This one, though, we already tested that, so that works pretty well. But yeah, comparing the two, I don't see a major issue. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let me turn the lights back on for real this time, and we'll close out this little discussion here. So, kind of, like I said, I don't see an issue with this. I really don't. It looks pretty good. So, like I said, other than maybe, like I said, that might be it. I'm really hesitant to kind of run my nail over that because I don't want to scratch it if that's the case. So let's go over a couple of quick bullet points about that. Number one, maybe I'm one of the lucky ones, but if literally that is exactly what I'm looking at, and that's what they felt was an issue, that's really high quality assurance standards, and that's a good thing. So don't take that the wrong way. That is a very good thing, because you want high quality assurance standards when it comes to whatever it is. Trust me, 2017 has been the year that quality assurance in general has gone out the damn window when it comes to gaming. And I apologize, but yeah, that's honestly how I feel. This has been a horrible year for quality assurance in general. There's been from lots of little errors I've been seeing, and grammatically and whatnot, that we just wouldn't see a couple of years ago, to major overhauls and things and whatnot. Super Robot Wars V being the worst example of that. I haven't talked about that really much just because I really don't have anything nice to say regarding the QA in that game, but it's probably a good thing I didn't play the Moon Dwellers. I would have been even more mad. But I'll save my thoughts about that for another time. Regarding kind of this in general, if that's not it and I'm one of the lucky ones, then I'm not as sure what the issue might be. So maybe check it, but at the very least, let's look on to the second point. Number two, how do you address an issue like this? And IFI has the right methodology when it comes to something like this. Some companies would probably just kind of go like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, we won't say anything, which is the worst thing you can do. Don't say anything. Hopefully it's basically just a very small amount of consumers that get this, and go from there. And they did not do this, and that's the worst thing you can do. That's never a good option. I realize that in accounting terms there is basically a threshold, whatnot, etc. Just no, never, from a customer service standpoint, never a good option. The other thing that could have happened was they could have just issued the apology, and that was it. And for something like this, that may have worked, but at the same time, it's just never kind of good to know that. So option 3 was basically they could go ahead and kind of refund something or give us something, and honestly, I'm perfectly fine with this. I realize this is not that expensive probably to make, I would assume. Could be completely wrong on that, but it's a little kind of gesture of apology. I'm perfectly fine with that. The other thing, too, the fourth option, they could try to reorder them, but this time of the year, it's probably really hard to get these things remade. I guarantee you they probably were putting this together a couple of months ago, did the pre-orders, and as soon as they had the rough estimate of what the pre-order was going to be, they put the final order in. Keep in mind, when they probably go ahead, I'm pretty sure they don't already have these in a warehouse somewhere ready to go when they throw them up on the store. A lot of trying to figure out how much they are going to order, because I'm pretty sure the margins are pretty tight on something like this, especially for the online store, and it not being a game-related product, they probably didn't put the order in until they knew what they were going to essentially need. So with that being the case, reordering this and getting it out in a couple of days was not all that feasible. They got the order, they looked at it, and were like, what do we do? So kudos to them for kind of handling it in a good way. But But honestly, for a couple of extra things that we can order at the end of the year as fans, I'm perfectly happy with it. That mug is actually really good. I like that mug. I might have to go order a second one of those. Just because I definitely want one for kind of display, and then I can have one that I actually could use. But yeah, I like that mug quite a lot. The holiday order, I don't have a Christmas tree. Nothing against Christmas. It's just that trust me, I love Christmas. The problem is that there's just no space in here. One, in this room for sure, but two, in the house. And honestly, I live with a roommate. We basically go to each other's family's house to celebrate Christmas. No reason to kind of throw up a tree here. So for me, it's more just kind of, I'll say this, I personally buy these things in more of support of IFI than anything else. But it's also a nice gesture, to pick up something. What company does this? I think is a good point. No one does, and it's kind of a sad thing to a degree. Just the fact that it's that time of the year, and it's a holiday ornament. Whatever, you can hang it by the fireplace. Doesn't have to be on a Christmas tree, though. I realize it's kind of the default thing we think of, but. I don't know. I don't want to get any political or anything like that in general. That's not the purpose of this. But in general, just kind of think of it this way. As a thank you to the fans who have supported them for the entire year, no other company really does this. So I do like that IFI has a lot of respect for their fans. And so I do greatly appreciate that IFI team. Next year, hopefully, another cool mug, maybe a couple of different mugs. That'd be kind of cool if you got. I realized, like I said, margins are probably kind of tight, and I don't even want to imagine whose teeth you had to pull probably to get this through upper management, whatnot, etc. Trust me, the people in the store probably have a whole bunch of really cool ideas. Somebody has to vet those, and usually for a good reason. But sometimes you wonder if it just gets a little too. If they get a little too concerned whether something will sell or not. But yeah, I would totally love to see maybe next year a couple more different mugs. Maybe one of at least each of the four goddesses. One with IFI for sure, because IFI, it's your mascot. Put her on more stuff. But I do greatly appreciate the gesture, and it was money well worth spent. It's basically kind of one of my two Christmas presents to myself. The other one is something I'm going to order from Manga Gamer, so that's neither here nor there. Though I don't know if I'll do a video about that just because it is Manga Gamer. I don't know if I can. But that's pretty much it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to the IFI's online store team, to be more specific, for putting together this thing, definitely. These were bought by myself, so this was not provided by them or anything. This is just kind of me giving my own thoughts on it. But yeah, thank you very much for developing these things. It was really kind of cool. And hopefully next year we'll get some more cool stuff. As for other collector's editions and whatnot, for what's coming up on the channel, I'm currently still recording Peach Beach Splash as this goes up, because this is not going to be held in reserve. This is going up. I'm recording this on the 11th. This should hopefully be up by the 12th, because I'm on vacation from my primary job, so I'm trying to get a bunch of different little things done right now. That should be going up the 12th, so tomorrow, if I'm correct. Then we have I have one more unboxing I'm recording today. I'm not going to reveal what that is. That is not a game, but it is a major piece of hardware. I'll just basically put it as that. So that's going to be going up, I think, on Wednesday. This will be going up the day after, because I'm going to get those both up the same week. I'm going to maybe take a look and see if I can't do a couple of more of these. Record a couple of more of these. Let me know what you kind of think, if this setup works for you guys, and if so, I can, just me sitting at the desk, whatnot, etc. I think this is small. This is a couple of small enough items that I can do this easily. The next one's gonna be kind of the bigger test, so we'll see if this kind of setup works. And but yeah, maybe next year I might be able to go through a couple, because I have quite a few LEs I still haven't technically even opened yet. I have opened them just to check and make sure they arrive, but I can still honestly go through and do some unboxing on them. If so, they're a little older, but let me know if you want to see those. And yeah, until then, take care, everybody, and I'll see you later. Jamata.